Coach O was on off the bench this morning, weekly appearance there with Jordy and T-Bob. And the past couple of times he's been on the show, he's kind of gone position by position with different groups. Offensive line the first time, last week defensive line. Today was more of the secondary, cornerbacks and safeties. Coach O was asked, his first question out of the chute, is the defensive back position the deepest position on the LSU football team?
Yes, that's the defensive line. But, you talk about Derek Stingley, who I think could be one of the best players in the country, obviously had a great year. And then you look at the other side, we have Cordell Flott, who I think did a tremendous job for us. You have Elias Rix, who came on strong at the end of spring. They only had 3 days, but he looked very good with a limited workout because they showed us. You have Jay Ward. We got Dwight McGoffin, who we're excited about. Redarius Jones. So, yes, Corey Raymond has done a tremendous job recruiting a fine group there.
That's just half of the defensive back group. Of course, Coach O wasn't done. He also gushed about the safety group and Jacoby Stevens, of course.
I'm excited about our safety group. Obviously, Jacobi Stevens, there's so many things that we can do with him. I'm so happy that he's back. I think pound for pound, Jacobi Stevens is our strongest player. He's a great rusher. He's strong in the weight room, can do a lot of things. I know Bo is excited about him. We've been looking for a big safety, and Jacobi is 6'1", 230. Bo talked to me. We looked at the safety board. He said, hey, give me a LaRon Landry. I said, I'm looking for him. I promise you. That's no question. And having Todd Harris back there is going to help. You know what I mean, guys? He's going to come in. He's going to be a leader for us. Jordan Toles, mid-year graduate, has done phenomenal. Jordan's already 6'1", 206. And obviously, Kerry Vincent can play the nickel position. He can play safety, one of the fastest players in the country. Mo Hampton, who started some games for us last year. Mo's 5'11", 220. I saw him the other day. He looks in great shape. You got Cam Lewis and Eric Moreau. So, yeah, we deep.
I think we all expect big things from Jacoby Stevens, of course, returning for his senior year. Had a breakout season last year. It's pretty dominant for LSU, especially in the playoff run that they had. But the name that I really want to talk about the most is another returner at safety, and it's Kerry Vincent, because I feel like Kerry Vincent had pretty much the most underrated season for an LSU defensive back last year. We know Derek Stingley was awesome as a freshman, of course. Christian Fulton had all the ability to be a first-round pick, just slipped in the draft, unfortunately, but was great. Like we just said, Jacoby Stevens was very, very good. But Kerry Vincent was all over the field all season long. He played in all 15 games, started 8 of them. He was second on the team in interceptions with 4. And he had 47 total tackles. He was everywhere. Who can forget the play against Oklahoma where he literally came out of nowhere to make the interception? And he's kind of done that really his whole time at LSU. Kerry Vincent, through his first 3 years, has been that player who he's out there. He's not the guy that they really highlight in the pregame monologues really by the announcers or what that. Those are the Derek Stingleys. Those are the Christian Fultons. Those are the Jacoby Stevens. He's just that guy, though, that's out there that is going to be out there and is going to make an impact on the game in some way, shape, or form. Having him back again, I think, is huge, and it adds more of a veteran presence to LSU's defensive back room along with Jacoby Stevens. You heard Coach O go through the depth there, and a lot of it's young. Cordell Flott's a sophomore. Derek Stingley's a sophomore, although he plays like an NFL player already. You have Jay Ward, sophomore, Redarius Jones. Then he went into the freshman, Dwight McGlothern. That's a true freshman guy. He's never played. So Elias Rix. Of course, we all expect huge things from Elias Rix. He was a 5-star, number 1 cornerback in the country coming in, yes. But when you can have the 2 guys like Stevens and Vincent to be the leaders of the defensive secondary who also just impact the game in a way that they do, that speaks volumes to LSU, and it adds to the depth. I mean, depth is not an issue there. You just heard Coach O go through literally every player on the roster just about. Maybe he left 1 or 2 out. I doubt it, though. But Vincent, just being that underrated player who you still have to account for, is huge to come back for LSU. Another interesting thing to hear him say was about Maurice Hampton Jr. And that's for a couple different reasons. Maurice Hampton Jr. started towards the end of the season when they needed bodies back there and played pretty well. And you thought to yourself, okay, he's going to come in next season and really be able to compete for a spot. Then he goes and plays baseball like everybody knew he would, and he gets injured, the stress reaction in his back. To hear Coach O right there say, saw Maurice the other day, looks good, looks healthy, that's a very encouraging sign. Because if you remember, Josh Smith, shortstop a few years ago, had the same stress reaction injury in his back, and it took him a while to come back just to play the sport of baseball. Again, I get it. It affects different parts of your body, swinging a bat versus, but still, do you really want Maurice Hampton with a stress reaction? What can he really provide you in the defensive secondary if he still has that injury? It's nice to hear Coach O say that he's doing well because he definitely provides depth. If you start at safety with Jacoby Stevens and Todd Harris, you have Mo Hampton possibly as the next guy up. Or if you want to move Jacoby Stevens around like they did so much last year, you can stick Maurice Hampton into his spot or flip him Todd Harris, vice versa, and have the freedom to move Jacoby Stevens around on the defense where he can be so effective. Plenty of people have said, I think Ryan Clark said it on this show with Matt, that if he was Jacoby Stevens, he would have went and said, I want to play linebacker next year, because that's a role that Stevens had such great success in last year for LSU when Dave Aranda would move him all around because he can rush the passer very well. He's a heck of an athlete, one-handed interception. So Maurice Hampton, with the playing experience from last year, is key, very key to being able to use Jacoby Stevens in different ways. At least I think so, because he gives you that other body and another body that you trust at the back end of the secondary. So to hear that he's starting to feel better and that he's healthy, that's big, because stress reaction in the back, man, that's a real nagging injury for anybody. Of course, maybe it's worse for baseball, but I don't need a guy going out there with an injury in his back get hurt playing a contact sport. That's just not that's not something you ever want to see. Coach O also talked about how they're going to get back to work. Mentioned they're going to try to football school in July. Said they don't really know about the plan yet. They haven't been told anything other than voluntary workouts. And of course, everybody's made their jokes about the voluntary workouts because they're probably not really voluntary, and by probably they're not. But so they're still football school. Hopefully in July for them is next up. One more from Coach O. He did mention talking about adding Southern and Grambling to the schedule. That news came out yesterday. LSU will play Southern in Tiger Stadium in 2022, and Grambling will make the trip down to Death Valley in 2023. Here's Coach O on those games.
You know, these coaches have helped me out of keeping out camps in the state. Both of these schools historically have put out some great players and been instrumental in the development of football. You know, Coach Odom is a great friend of mine. They're right there. I know him very well. Guys at Grambling have been really, really good to us. They've done a tremendous job up there. But we wanted to keep it in state. And if I can help the guys in state, they've helped me. And we do all our camps together. And I think we have a tremendous relationship with all the universities in our state. And anytime we can help them, I can help them. We have open arms.
Everything Coach O said there is fantastic, but if I'm being honest, I'm just really excited for the halftime shows and the pregame tailgating, because you will see tailgating for those two games like you've never seen before without LSU playing a Power 5 school in the non-conference. That is going to be a party. And they're probably both going to be night games, so you'll get a long party in there. And, of course, the human jukebox in Tiger Stadium. I think we just need to do a battle of the bands. Let's get that going on. I'm down for that. Don't care if we win. Don't care if we lose. It can be like the Southern Grambling battle of the bands where they actually don't really announce the winner. That is what I'm looking forward to most. And it's good that LSU's finally playing Southern and Grambling unity. Bring it all together. The fact that they haven't played those schools yet is pretty incredible. But that will end in 2022 with Southern, and then 2023 with Grambling.